Bye.
What's going on, guys? Today I wanted to talk about one of the most important things about riding a motorcycle, and that's defensive driving. Before I start out on my speech here, let me just start by saying, when you start to ride a motorcycle, you just need to assume that every single person in all of these cars is out to kill you. Yeah, I see you, lady. If you can assume that, you'll more than likely be okay. I'm not making any promises. So, aside from everyone trying to kill you while you're driving, there's a few things. First tip is to try to look at every single car, what every single car is doing. Like this Civic, is he gonna not see me and come over into my lane? Or is some guy that's 2 lanes over behind me going 120 and gonna try to swerve around all the cars to get where he's going? So always be aware of your surroundings. Always check your mirrors. Pay attention to what the people themselves are doing inside the car. If you see that they're texting or doing makeup or whatever, then you need to be aware of that. Because people who drive cars aren't entirely worried about motorcycles around them. Another thing to worry about would be lane positioning. This is kind of a double-edged sword. There's different rules if it's dry or wet. When the pavement's dry, I tend to like to stay in the middle of the lane. If there's traffic, however, say I'm in the fast lane, I like to stay on this side of the lane, depending on the speed. There's a lot of variables here. If it's going fairly slow, I'll stay on this side, just so that people can see me in the mirrors. But if, say the diamond lane is going, 80 miles an hour, and traffic is stopped right there, they're probably not going to see me by the time they start to do their switch. So in that case, I like to be on this side of the lane, so that when they start to come over, and even though they won't be able to see me, that was my exit. Damn it. Oh well. So even though they won't be able to see me, I'll have enough time to assess the situation and not crash and die and go up into a ball of flame. Another thing you should be paying attention about when you're riding while you're switching lanes is that trying to see if there's an example. Alright, here we go. Say I want to get into this lane to the left of me, but you can see the Prius is there, right? Well, you need to be paying attention and assume that that Prius is not paying attention or looking over their shoulder or seeing what other drivers are doing. So if I start to make the lane change over and I notice that that car is coming over into that lane, the lane that I'm trying to go into, then it's best for you to abort than assuming that they're going to abort, because I can guarantee you that they don't see you and they will just keep coming over. And for for those of you saying, oh, well, just honk your horn at them. Yeah, see, there's the thing about motorcycle horns. I don't want to embarrass myself too much here, but they're quite dinky. See if you can hear this. I hope you guys can hear that. I mean, I think one of those bicycle horns would be a lot more effective than the horns that come on motorcycles. One thing I think motorcycle manufacturers were thinking about, they're like, well, we need a horn to be legal, but it's kind of a small bike. I don't know, what should we do? Well, instead of putting on a horn that'll actually be effective, how about we just give them 200 horsepower and high performance brakes and wish them luck. So your horn's not going to do anything. I can guarantee that. You could buy other horns online, but I've never done that just because I figure it's a waste of money. See, kind of like that. I was about to switch lanes. She was about to switch lanes. Now no one's going to switch a lane. We're just going to sit here awkwardly until someone decides to change lanes. It's probably going to be her after she passes this van. Unless she doesn't pass the van. No, she's going to force her way over. Nope. Yeah. At least she saw me starting to and stopped. That doesn't always happen. Which is also why it's a fairly good idea to stay at a relatively safe speed while you ride. Because if everyone here is going 70, 75, and I'm going 140, one, they have less time to see me, and two, I have less time to react. Just realize I'm here lecturing you guys about staying at safe speeds, and I have film of me going almost 140 miles an hour. Just do as I say, not as I do, I guess. How about this? Use your best judgment. Come on. Why are you guys going so slow? Oh, maybe that's why. I'm gonna be super late to work. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching. And just remember, respect your bike, ride safe, keep the rubber side down. I'm not going to be late to work.